Hey, what's up everybody? Icy Soul here for Ic3yDuelist, and I just wanted to give you guys a little video update on this channel with some DevPro gameplay in the background. As you guys can probably see and already probably know, I haven't made a video in a long-ass time for this channel. The last video I made, I think, was the video inspired by 7 Keys Challenger, What Card is Your Partner? It was kind of just a discussion video. That wasn't really a duel video. I haven't done duel videos for a long-ass time. But the reason why I haven't been making videos on this channel, 2 simple words: pendulum summoning. I kind of stopped playing the game when the pendulum summoning mechanics were announced, and, you know, the new ban list was put out, and they kept hitting all of my cards, because as you guys know, I don't really play meta, hardly ever. Very rarely do I play meta, and all the cards that I was using to withstand to the Dragon Rulers, which when Dragon Rulers were still a pretty big problem in the game, kept getting hit, and I think that's because Konami didn't want anti-Dragon Rulers to exist. They didn't want anything to fight with them and destroy them, because they were making Konami a ton of fucking money. Like, because it was such a popular deck, and the cards were so rare that Konami was getting mad bank from people buying these Dragon Rulers, and they didn't want anything to take that away. So they kept hitting all these, you know, little cards that have been around for ages and, you know, never really caused any problems until Dragon Rulers came out and they started stopping Dragon Rulers. And Dragon Rulers were already upsetting me to begin with, but then that's when they announced, you know, the new Ic3y mechanics to the game, and how you got your pendulum summoning, and you got your pendulum monsters, and your new spells, field spell mechanics, and everything. And I didn't really understand pendulum summoning and pendulum monsters that well. All I could tell from when they were announced were that they turned every deck into a Dragon Ruler deck, basically swarming the field, and that really discouraged me, because I didn't want to have to play like a douchey Dragon Ruler player with, you know, spamming the field with monsters with, you know, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 attack, and, you know, have it be kind of like such a overpowered battle that my little Dark Magician Girl deck would not stand up to that. So I quit playing. I quit playing, and then I made that one video about, you know, the card partner thing in between, after, like, I stopped playing and now, but I haven't really made anything since, and I've kind of wanted to get back to this channel anyway, because I've noticed that out of all 4 of my channels on the Icy Soul Network, Icy Anime, Icy Gaming, Icy Island, and this one, Ic3yDuelist, Ic3yDuelist is my #1 channel among them. I have like 5 times the subscribers than I do on any other of my channels, so I thank you guys for that. Apparently this is what you guys want to see, so I wanted to come back and bring you guys some more content, but I didn't want to come back at first, because just because of pendulum being a thing. Pendulum being a thing really discouraged me. I didn't want to have to deal with pendulum monsters or anything, and but also my friend Akihiko Archon Shadow also kind of stopped playing the game when pendulum was announced, and so I didn't really have anybody to play against. I would be forced to play against the community on DevPro, which I knew the community was just going to be playing the meta decks, and, you know, with pendulum being a thing in the meta, I didn't want to have to deal with that, so I just quit. But I decided, after I, you know, binge watched all my normal comedies on YouTube. I mean, on Netflix and whatnot. I decided, well, I'm gonna watch Yu-Gi-Oh again. It's been a long time since I've seen Yu-Gi-Oh. So I got on Hulu, started watching Yu-Gi-Oh. Still wasn't actually motivated to play the game, but one day as I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh, I was talking to my friend Ic3yDuelist on Facebook. He's a brony horrorcore rapper. You should go check him out. He makes good stuff. But I was talking to him on Facebook, and I said, yeah, I'm just sitting here watching Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's like, wait, you play Yu-Gi-Oh? And I'm like, I used to. And he's like, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! So we started talking about the game, and he got me to re-download DevPro again. I didn't rage delete DevPro, surprisingly. Why DevPro was gone is my computer actually kind of had a major malfunction, and I couldn't turn the thing on. It wouldn't turn on for the life of me. So I had to basically do a reset of my computer, which deleted all of my programs on my computer. So DevPro was one of the ones that got deleted. So I lost everything on DevPro, so I had to re-download DevPro again. But once I did, me and Ic3yDuelist started playing duels on DevPro. I told him I wasn't too keen of Pendulum Monsters, so he kind of avoided using Pendulum. But I actually found out that when I was dueling with him, I found out a lot of the cards that I was using to defend myself against Dragon Rulers had since become unbanned. In fact, some were even back at 3, and I'm like, whoa, this is great. I can run these cards again. And so, but I still didn't really want to deal with Pendulum Monsters. It was then that I noticed that this channel is my #1 channel on the Icy Soul Network. So I'm like, well, people want to see videos, more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. So maybe I should just suck it up and learn how these Pendulum Monsters work. So I did that. I looked up on YouTube, how Pendulum Summoning works, and it seems to me that if you're not spamming monsters with really ridiculous attack and defense, that with super overpowered effects, if you're not doing that, then yeah, this isn't as much of a problem as I thought it was. But it doesn't seem too overpowered if you're using the right cards. Of course, I imagine people who actually play them online do use overpowered cards, and I haven't really found anybody yet. I've dueled with 1 or 2 people online on DevPro, just in the community, since I got it back, but and learn what pendulum summoning everything is. I actually haven't encountered a player yet who's been able to pendulum summon. I only dueled 1 or 2 people, and neither of them were able to pendulum summon. So it's not as broken as it appeared to be. So I've actually been able to grow accustomed to the whole Ic3y pendulum mechanics and everything. I learned how they all work, and since you guys want to see more videos, that's kind of what I'm here to do, is bring you guys more videos. To get myself more familiar with the pendulum monsters and summoning and whatnot, I did go out and buy the Ic3y first pendulum starter deck that they put out, and I bought a couple packs of Duelist Alliance, the new Ic3y expansion set. Got some pretty good cards out of that. I got some Shadows. I know Shadows are pretty big in the meta right now. So I got those cards, and I'm actually glad to see that people thought that, with this new pendulum mechanic that Xyz and Synchro, especially Xyz, were gonna be a thing of the past. Nobody was gonna use them anymore. What I like is I've seen some cards in the TCG now of Ic3y mention not just Xyz, but mention Synchros and Fusion. So it looks like Konami is trying to take everything they've ever had in Yu-Gi-Oh! and put it back in the game and make it fun again to use fusions and to use synchros, which is great. That is something that this game really needed, because just using fusion and synchro and Ic3 as a cheap kind of separation of, you know, the different anime and a cheap gimmick for each of the anime was kind of stupid. So I'm glad to see that with Ic3y. I haven't seen episodes of Ic3y yet, but I imagine it's going to play the same way in the anime too. I'm glad to see that, you know, they're bringing everything back in. The fusions, the synchros, the Ic3s. It's all going to be part of the Ic3y mechanics, and that is great. So I've since gotten familiar with pendulum monsters, and I think that, you know, there are ways I can make them work in my actual general deck that I use. And I think they may actually help my deck stand up to some of the more OP decks. I think my deck will still kind of be, you know, low tier, kind of anti-meta, but it's definitely going to help, I think, to be able to swarm the field, and it may make the game a little bit more fun. So I'm gonna figure out, you know, what pendulum monsters and cards are out, you know, that can help me boost up my deck, and I'll create a new deck that kind of includes them and incorporates them into the gameplay mechanics. And I'll get back into making some videos for you guys on this channel. I definitely want to get some more openings. I've been recently dreaming of getting more. I know I was gonna do a legendary collection 4 opening for you guys when that came out. And I recorded it. I don't think I ever uploaded it because I realized, well, I kind of did it in a crappy way. Plus, I didn't really get anything good anyway. But I kind of want to get some more legendary collection 4s, just so I can hunt for the harpies. And I think that's what I'll do. I'll do a hunt for the harpy cards, like a little series of collections where I open those and try to find all the harpy cards, because Harpy is like probably my second favorite deck to play, other than, you know, my traditional old school magician deck. So I may do that. More duels coming your way, especially between me and Innate, because me and Innate constantly going back and forth on duels. Yeah, just stay tuned to this channel. I'm gonna put more work into this channel since this is what you guys like to see, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.